Hey everybody, and welcome back to the MinorMynas channel. Today I'll be teaching you all the different types of cards and elements of Pokemon cards, and next video I'll teach you how to play. Right, so as you may have noticed, I've got a little bit of the sniffles, so I'll be sniffling a bit during the video. And also, do you like my new haircut? So, on the MinorMynas app, I've noticed that there's this pretty popular group about Pikachu, which is a Pokemon character. So, as well as that, I've recently acquired a lot of Pokemon cards because when my mum and sister went to Singapore, the airport had the only Pokemon store that's actually outside of Japan, the official one. And I was incredibly excited when my mum and sister got me this, which is the Kanto box. Also has some cards, some card sleeves, and a Unified Minds Player's Guide, which I really enjoyed. Also, they got me this Pokeball. Inside it, they have some Pokemon. This one is, don't know if I'm pronouncing this properly, but Poplio, and this one's Litten. Both are basic level Pokemon, which I'll explain what they are later. And now, onto the box. So it's got a very good texture and nice design. When you play the Pokemon trading card game, you basically have a deck of 60 cards which fights with another deck of 60 cards. Inside the 60 cards, there's three types. First is a trainer card. This can either be a supporter or an item. This one's an item. During your turn, you can play several different item cards. And the item thing says on the right here. You can use multiple item cards per turn, and the other type of trainer would be a supporter and a stadium. So I'll show you the supporter first, and this one is Giovanni's Scheme. As you can see, it says supporter right there, and you can only play one supporter per turn. Okay. This one's slightly special as it can have multiple effects which you choose, 1 and 2. And sometimes the effects are conditional. And as I've promised to show you, I will find the stadium cards. This one is in Japanese because I have a couple ones that are in Japanese, don't really know why. And this is a stadium card, and since I can't read it, you can just identify it by color. This one's green. And once per turn, a stadium card normally lets you do a special thing. It's fairly straightforward. Like for all the trainer cards, you just read the description and do what it says. Now, energy cards. There's 3 different energy cards, essentially, but there's many different types. So let's start off with normal basic energy. This is just a basic energy. It has the psychic type color, which is purple. So that's the psychic energy. And here is a special energy, which lets you do extra stuff. This isn't an item or supporter card. It's a special card. And only once per turn can you use a energy card, which you attach to your basic Pokemon. And these two are both the same. All 3 types are the same. And this, in Japanese again, is a double energy card. Double colorless. So basically it gives you 2 colorless energies, not any energies, just blank energies, which they have on Pokemon cards. And you know, when I told you this Japanese, you can also see from the back because it has a different back from English versions. See? These are two different, Japanese, English. And then this Pokemon, which is just a Pokemon card. This is basic, which means that you play it just from your hand. And it just has attacks and energy requirements. So for example, this one, this Star Search thing, you need 1 psychic energy, so you attach it onto here, and then you get to use it. Fairly straightforward. And when I showed you this, there is, I think, like 7 different types of energies. I'll show you. Here's the first, water. Psychic. And we have fire. We also have metal, water, lightning, and dark energy. I think it's called dark. Just like this. Nature or leaf type. It's green. Magic. And these correspond to different types of Pokemon. So there are 9 different types of energy cards. Now you may be wondering why they have different designs, some of them. These are just because of the years. This one is from 2017. It's really hard to see, it's at the bottom left corner, which is why this does not come with the Pokemon thing. I got this magnifying glass just in case the letters are really small. This one, which is the newest, came from the Singapore set, 2019. And this one is the oldest, 2013. So I've showed you all the energies. Now I'll show you the different types of Pokemon. As I've showed you, this is a basic, right? And then there is also a stage 1 Pokemon. And these stage 1 Pokemon only evolve from specific Pokemons, which are basic. So you have to look here. This one evolves from routes, which is this. So when you play a evolution card, you can only play one per turn. You just place it on top. Fairly easy. Last but not least, definitely not least in fact, because they normally get stronger as they go along. We have stage 2 Pokemon, which is Gardevoir, which evolves from Kirlia. They only evolve from stage 1 Pokemon. It's like steps. And occasionally you have these special kind of cards. So it's a little complicated, but all you have to do is just read what it says and check if you have the right cards for it. Fairly easy. These are the special other Pokemons that I told you about. They're both stage 2, but they're GX. So GXs aren't always basic. You see? Stage 2. This one, once again, is in Japanese. Now you may be wondering why it's shiny. It doesn't really make any difference in the game, but for people who like collecting, there's different types of rarities. It explains the different rarities in the book, and there's so many different types. I only found this out a couple of days ago. Because they have this at the bottom, if you take a look. Such as, sorry, the Japanese cards are slightly different. This. At the bottom left, you might see some strange little symbols. Back corresponds to the rarity. So a square, a blue square would be a standard Pokemon. Orange would be standard set with foil. Purple would be a parallel set, and a black circle would be common. A diamond would be uncommon. A star would be rare. A star of H is a rare holo, so kind of straightforward. A star of a U, rare ultra. And a star with nothing inside it, a holo star, basically white, which would be a rare holo GX. A star with an R next to it would be rare rainbow, and a star of S would be rare secret. Rare secret, I've always wanted to have it. I've never gotten one before though. So yeah, that's pretty cool. With that, let's move on to counters, because I'm redoing the GX thing. This is the GX counter. You basically, in the game, just keep it down, starts from the beginning, fairly easy. And if you use a GX in your deck, and GXs don't do much, they just have higher health and higher damage. So they're just basically better cards. If you take a look, it says Soul Burst GX. This is a GX attack. You can only play one GX attack per game from each player. So, once you play it, you get this, and you flip it over. Done. So you don't have to keep remembering. You can be more focused in the game. Now, this other Pokeball, I just put in my box to keep track, to keep all of my counters. There's quite a lot. These ones came with the Pokemon deck. And so did these. Firstly, these are my favorites. They are Pokemon damage counters. So there's 10, 50, and 100. So like here, the card that I showed you earlier, Slack Off. When he gets these two energies, which is any energies, he makes 30 damage. So easy. You get 10, you get 20, you get 30, and place it on the Pokemon it's attacking. Easy. So it just keeps track for you, don't have to remember. These also do the same thing. They represent damage counters as well, so you just flip it over. See, this here would be 10, and then 20 damage, 30 damage, 40 damage, 50 damage, and 60 damage. And this one is for dice rolling. When you have a Pokemon with a detail for an attack that says flip a coin, if heads do blah, if tails do blah. Basically, you roll the dice. You can basically choose this, but odds would be tails, evens would be heads. Fairly straightforward as well. These are slightly different. These are special effect counters. These are from Pokemon attacks or from trainer attacks. Fairly easy. So what you do to keep track is when a Pokemon is burned or poisoned, you put either one on there and you follow the effects that come with it. Very, very easy. Basically, I've told you on basically cards and items in the Pokemon trading card game. Tell me if I've left anything out, and in the next video I'll teach you how to play. Oh, and quick tip. It's a very good idea to start, with your deck of 60, to have 20 trainer cards, 20 Pokemon cards, and 20 energy cards. Very simple. 20, 20, 20. So that's what you start off with, and then you can, if you have more cards, you can mix it up and add. But you can't go past 60. You can't go under 60, just 60. Alright, see you next time.